What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this video. My name is Chris Albert and I run the Warrior Soul podcast. Today I want to talk to you about something that I've been going through myself. Over the past few weeks, I've been dealing with a really bad ulcerative colitis flare-up. And those of you who've been following me for a while know that I've been struggling with this disease for over the past 12 years. It has, at different points in time, made my life very difficult. And this particular flare-up started, I gotta say, it was back in around August. You know, I went home to Connecticut to attend a memorial service for a friend who had passed away. And the gentleman who was running the memorial service was one of my good friends. And then I came back, and 2 weeks later, the same gentleman who was running that memorial service, who looked great when I saw him, super healthy, had a really beautiful wife, beautiful children, he passed away. And so I was dealing with a lot of grief, a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness, and it kind of threw a wrench into my life and threw a lot of stress at me. On top of that, you know, I have a business to run. I've got things that I got to do, and there was a lot of stress coming down on me at the time. And so all that stress has an effect, particularly when you do have an autoimmune disease. And if you're going through a lot of stress, it really doesn't matter, you know, what you're doing for your nutrition, how much you're taking care of your body, how much you're exercising. Stress can seriously throw a wrench into your life. And so for someone like me who literally does everything I can to try to stay as healthy as possible, right? You know, making sure I'm taking care of my digestive system, making sure that I'm constantly trying to take care of my gut microbiota, my gut flora, constantly and obsessively looking after what I'm putting into my body. It's a really frustrating experience to have to go through yet another flare-up. And I'm at the point right now, I'm down from 180 pounds all the way down to about 160. I lose my voice, which is why I'm getting a little bit hoarse right now. I get really wheezy when I'm in a flare-up, running to the bathroom 20 to 30 times a day, losing a lot of blood. I had my blood work taken and I am anemic. And right now, my doctors at the Veterans Affairs Hospital, they are looking at taking me off of the set of meds I'm on and putting me on a new set of meds. So why am I telling you all this? I'm not telling you this because I want your pity. I really don't. I'm telling you all this because there's a lesson in everything that I have to say. And it's this. You can't control a lot of the things that are going to happen to you in this life, right? Most of the people who are watching this right now are going to experience tragedy at some point. You're going to experience hardship. You're going to have obstacles placed in front of you that seem like you're never going to be able to surmount them, right? And every single person who's watching this video right now, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you know, what walk of life you come from, what race you are, every single one of us is eventually going to face death. And not just our death, but the deaths of those around us that we love, right? At some point, that's going to happen. It's not something we like to think about, but it's something we should think about and we should meditate on every single day. And my point is this. In the face of all of these different things, right, all the hardships, the tragedies, the situations that we face as individuals, we have a choice in what happens to us because of that, right? So you can allow the difficult things that happen in your life to turn you into a bitter, angry individual. You can think about yourself as having bad luck. You can think about yourself as being cursed, which I have at different points in my life, right? Because of this disease, I've always thought, for some reason, my genetics were cursed. For some reason, my body was cursed. I was cursed to have this and cursed to never become what I should have become because I have this disease. But you could also look at things another way. Rather than happening to you, these things are happening for you, right? And that's one thing that I've started to discover with my ulcerative colitis, and that I actually discovered years ago. The reason why I believe I have ulcerative colitis was because I had a lot to learn from it, right? I wouldn't know half of the things I know about nutrition now, right? How to take care of my digestive system, how to help others to take care of their digestive systems, how to take care of my body. I wouldn't know half the things that I know about nutrition had I never had this disease. I also wouldn't have the Warrior Soul podcast, to be honest with you, right? Because, as the story goes, years ago, during another really bad flare-up, I literally lost everything. I used to own Metroflex Gym in Long Beach, the gym that CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid came out of. And in the course of a really bad flare-up and a really bad personal situation, I ended up losing all my shares in that gym. And that situation brought me to the end of my, the rock bottom, right? I had lost everything. I literally didn't have anything except for my car, a few bags of clothing, and my dog Piper. And while sitting in that car years ago, very sick and very, very broken, I came to terms with an idea. And I told myself I could either sit here and live out of this car for an extended period of time, looking at the people who pass by, being jealous of the fact that they were heading places, being jealous of the fact that they didn't have any worries in their life, or I could use it as an opportunity to rebuild myself, to apply myself in other ways, to find a new mission. And that's what I did. And that's how this YouTube channel started. That's how my online training career started. And through that, that's how the Warrior Soul podcast started, right? And by focusing on a new mission to empower veterans to live their absolute best lives, that's what's always pushed me forward through those months where I didn't know where my next paycheck was coming from, where I didn't know where my next meal was coming from, right? It's really stressful situations, but I wasn't feeling the stress because I knew I was working for something greater than myself. And so in this situation, the lesson for me is this, we're all at different points in learning. When my friend died over the summer, I thought it gave me a license to be angry. I thought it gave me a license to be bitter. And I thought that it was a situation where I needed to be angry at the world for a while. But trust me, you might think that that's the right thing to do. In fact, your body, your entire DNA, your mind is going to want to just be angry. But there's a cost to that. There's a cost to it. And the only thing you're damaging, because you can't battle the environment, you can't battle the world, you can't battle the universe, and you cannot battle God. The only thing you're damaging in that process is yourself and your options for moving forward. The only thing you're damaging is your relationships with the people that care about you the most. And you're damaging yourself. So remember that you have that choice. Excuse me, guys. And I'm not trying to be dramatic here. I'm literally losing my voice while I'm talking. So listen, we've got some really great episodes out this week. I just released one talking about goals and why chasing goals is not always the best thing. It's worth a listen. I know it sounds completely contrary to everything you've probably been told, but try giving it a listen. And remember, you've always got a choice in how you respond to things. You don't have a choice in what happens to you, but you have a choice in responding to what happens to you and how you perceive what happens to you. And you have the choice in allowing anything that happens to you to make you a stronger, wiser, smarter, more capable human being. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And please head over to iTunes and subscribe to the Warrior Soul podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be back at you soon with another video, and I'll try to get my voice together. Talk to you soon.